financial crimes and other acts of corruption. He gave the assurance while on a courtesy visit to the Commission's acting zonal director of the EFCC, ACE1 Austin Adache, in his office. Nonso Eni is still here with the story.
According to the comptroller, the Nigerian Immigration Services, which is charged with the responsibility managing the Nigeria borders and shares intelligence with sister agencies, is poised to complement EFCC's efforts in the fight against graft. He assured the acting zonal director that his organization is ready to support the anti-corruption agency in intelligence and information sharing and capacity development. Responding, Adache welcomed the comptroller and his team on behalf of the executive chairman, Mr. Ola Olukoyede, and intimated them of Nigeria's recent delisting from the grey list of Financial Action Task Force, FATF, in October 2025 as one of EFCC's achievements as a result of collaborative efforts amongst law enforcement and regulatory agencies. He added that synergy is vital in all organizations in achieving their mandates. In a similar development, the EFCC and the National Human Rights Commission have mutually pledged to strengthen his organization's seamless working relationship. Adache said that EFCC and the Nigeria Human Rights Commission have come a long way and that the commission was committed to the rights of citizens during and after investigation. The rights of suspects in EFCC's custody are always respected. I am Nonso Eni, reporting for the Eagle.
It is argued that to monitor the quality of governance and lend a voice on not only fight corruption, but could play some roles in aiding corruption. The media is arguably one of the foremost important factors in eliminating systemic corruption in the country. It has a dual role to play. It not only raises public awareness about corruption and its consequences, but also reports incidents of corruption. Miracle Chikwagozian is standing by with our guest. Over to you, Miracle.
To our interview segment. Today we dive into a critical issue that impacts society in Nigerians' fight against corruption over the past decade.
Yeah, the role of the media, the involvement of the role of the media in the fight against corruption in the last 10 years, is derived from what has always been the traditional role of the media. The Nigerian media is a that the media is the fourth estate of the realm. We have the executive, we have the legislature. So the fight against corruption is of cases of corruption, the analysis of all the issues involved in all the genres of the media.
Can you highlight some of the major corruption scandals that have been exposed by Nigerian media?
Oh, there are many. You will recall the case of Salisu Buhari, that Buhari Gate, that certificate scandal, the former Speaker of the magazine, that broke that story then. And there are so many stories that the media have actually brought to the public domain. The recent is the Panama issue. The Panama issue that Premium Times broke, and all the people that are involved, issue of corruption, having an account overseas, abroad. That is in their own way. They are leading the fight.
What challenge do journalists face when reporting on corruption cases in Nigeria?
There are so many challenges. The most important one is the challenge of funding. Because in the reporting of corruption cases, the media needs to be adequately funded so that they will not be compromised.
What role does investigative journalism play in the anti-corruption crusade? And
the media is supposed to be the veritable whistleblower that will alert anti-corruption agencies about happenings around the country. This role, the media is not fulfilling it yet in the way, in the dimension, in the quality that we expect. We expect that across the country, all these issues of corruption issue is corruption is not happening in outer space. You don't need rocket science to know what is happening in your environment if you are faithful enough and you are patriotic enough. So we expect that the media will always reveal all of those issues around the country.
How can the media ensure its reports on corruption are accurate and free from being biased?
The EFCC media is about the most professional, it's about the most resourceful, it's about the most innovative media.
Journalists.
There is nothing that you do in life that does not have its proportionate risk. You cannot say because labor pains are always very biting, very hurting, sometimes life-threatening, and you say because of that, women should not have children. So there are always risks. But no matter the risk, if what you are investigating is in the line of truth, in the line of objectivity, in the overall interest of the public, all of these things will compensate for whatever risk that may come.
How can the EFCC,
as I told you, is one of the critical stakeholders in the fight against corruption? Every day we generate press releases, we send it to the media, and they are always used. Whenever they are, they report our cases, and they not only report, they make analysis. Where it is necessary, they make criticism. You understand? All in the overall interest of the nation. So our relationship is very, very progressive. We have very robust fellowship with the media and the civil society organization because our focus is the same. We desire a better country.
What is your word of advice or your final word?
My final word is that Nigeria will be great.
This is our discussion on the role of media in the fight against corruption. We have seen how crucial it is for the press to remain vigilant, courageous and independent, and protect the freedom of the press, ensuring they continue to expose corruption and promote accountability. Join hands with the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, in the fight against corruption. My name is Miracle Chukwagozemwog.
On today's episode of The Eagle, we will be back next week with another interesting episode of the program. Let's keep the conversation going. Send us an email at info@efcc.gov.ng or call us on 080-933-22644. Also follow us on Facebook, Economic and Financial Crime Happening Anywhere, Anytime. Simply use the EFCC's Eagle Eye to report. Let me also invite you to a live discussion with the EFCC on EFCC Connect, happening on our X Spaces and on Facebook every Wednesday at 6.
Commander, what's going on here?
Good day, viewers. My name remains Dr. Aminu Abdullahi Abdukarim, being the GM of Greenland Natural Medicine Limited. Greenland Natural Medicine is a center for alternative therapy, and we also give you the health talk on health-related issues virtually every day or weekly. Diabetes is a serious health challenge. Diabetes can give you different types of symptoms, which you can also attribute it to so many kind of ailments. But diabetes is broad. We have different types of diabetes. We have the diabetes mellitus, which is the type 1, we have the type 2, and so on. Diabetes is all about glucose level. Yes, it's talking about what we call sugar. Let me put it in that way you understand. It's talking about your sugar level in the body system. In a situation where diabetes can give you some tingly sensation under your foot, where you find it very difficult to even move, and it can also contribute you to coma, so many things. Yes, diabetes can make you, we just take medications without doctor's prescription, thinking I just need medication for diabetes. It can go down beyond the normal. When it goes down beyond normal, it can also contribute a lot. When also it gets higher than normal, it causes a lot of problem too. Please, if you have anything that has to do with diabetes, or you have this ailment called diabetes, it's a serious health challenge. Don't keep mute. Give us a call on those number you have, commonly known as hypertension. Hypertension is a serious health challenge. Just the way the name looks very long, yes, it's a serious health challenge. Even for life, we have different things that will help your arteries, your veins, different things that will help your arteries supply normal blood to the heart, and also make the heart to pump blood to the body system. Please, if you have this kind of health challenge, which was called hypertension or high blood pressure,
today, in their 80s, they still post on WhatsApp. It tells you that when we go more